So thank you very much, Kim, for coming today and be there with us. I will love to maybe have an introduction of you by yourself, who you are, yes, where you come from. If you can just introduce yourself.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much for having me here today, Nathalie. My name is Kimberly. I am originally from Malaysia. So I moved to Adelaide approximately 12 years ago. What I do, I guess I wear a lot of hats. I am a mom to a 3-year-old boy. I work as a careers coordinator. I also run the Migrant Women Professional Network, and I am also part of the South Australian Multicultural Commission. So I am quite busy
Yes,
doing a lot of
imagine.
stuff. Yes, but I really do enjoy it. Yeah.
Yeah. When did you move in Australia? Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, that was 12 years ago. I did my uni here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I did my degree here, and then I kind of met my husband in my first year of uni.
Yeah.
So then yeah, we've been together like ever since. So yeah, that was 12 years ago now. Maybe
Yeah.
13. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And why did you choose to help other women, other migrant in your journey?
Why I choose to help them? Well, I moved here as an international student.
Yeah.
And after I graduated, I actually found it really difficult for me to get my my permanent residency. I was under the impression, or I thought that I was gonna get the post-study visa straight away, but that actually didn't happen, and that fell through. And during that time, I had the opportunity to study a little bit more, and during that studies, I actually met so many people who are migrants that have done amazing things back home in their own country, and were also studying the same thing as me. And I thought like, oh, okay, that's really interesting. But after that, I had the opportunity to get a job as a career advisor.
Yeah.
And I met with so many international students who ended up, staying here in Australia. And I just thought like, oh, there isn't a place where these like international students or like migrant women can go to build a community or to meet new friends, for example, if they're new to the country. And I'm also thinking for those like who don't have university to go to, so they might have moved here with their family, or alone sometimes. Some women move here on their own. Like I met someone last week who moved here on her own. And they don't really know where to go to make some new friends, right? And so I kind of combine my interest in organizing events and my interest in helping like these women to build a community, make new friends. And I just combine them together. And that's why I decided to do that. And I really enjoy it. I love seeing people make new friends.
Yeah.
I love seeing them build new connections.
Yeah.
And I think that professional development side of things, because with like the Migrant Women Professional Network, what we try to do is we provide opportunities for like migrant women to do professional development, learn short skills or learn new information, and then also that personal development as well.
Yeah.
So I just think that's so important as someone who is new to the country. Like, you don't know much about Adelaide. You want to find out a little bit more.
Yeah.
Where can you go to meet new people and learn things like that? So it's a combination of so many things, but it's a combination of everything that I enjoy.
Yeah. It's amazing, in fact, because it was challenges you faced and maybe you transform it into an opportunity.
Yes.
I think, how many people are you now in this network? It's
amazing.
Yeah. Because you started from scratch.
Yeah, so we started,
100, I think.
Yes, so we started the group January 2023.
Yeah.
And that was just a post on LinkedIn looking for migrant women to come along. And that first event, without any promotion, only on LinkedIn, we had about 30 people.
Yeah.
And so now it's been approximately 2 years,
Yeah.
and we've almost hosted 1,000 participants.
Oh, wow. It's
Yes,
huge.
from 50 different countries.
Yeah.
So it's been amazing. And like a lot of the women that have attended the events before, like they come back.
Yeah.
And that's what helps build the community.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like the more times you attend, you meet the same people over and over again, you're always asking like, oh, how are you? Like, I
Yeah.
haven't seen
Yeah.
you in a month. Like,
Yeah.
how's your job? Have you found anything? I just love that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's just amazing what you created. It's
Thank you.
huge. It's beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
In your past, did you do that in your country before, or it was the first time you
No, no.
initiate this kind of
Yes. So, because when I came, I was 20.
Yeah.
I came to Adelaide when I was 20, and now I'm like 33. So yeah, 13 years ago.
Yeah.
But when I came, I was just an international student. But when I was an international student, I knew that I needed to do more to stand out. So, I participated in a lot of like internship, mentorship opportunities, volunteering any way that I can, participating in everything that was in the uni. And then, so when I got my first job in Kaplan,
Yeah.
as a careers advisor, I was able to use my personal experience
Yeah.
to apply and answer questions based on my personal experience.
Yeah.
So, and that's why like they gave me a chance, because I will be advising students about that too. Like, you need to do volunteering to find a job. You need to, do internships to find a job. But no, I didn't have anything like prior to that. But I did try something while I was working in Kaplan. I just invited a couple of friends together to have a drink. And then I said, well, this seems like really good. Like, how about we invite friends of friends? So I think the biggest group that we had that time was maybe like 20 people, and we were just at a bar like on Peel Street. And funny thing is, I came back from mat leave, and one of my colleagues said to me like, oh, Kim, when are you going to do that migrant event again? Because like, I really miss it,
Oh.
And I said, oh, I just had my baby. I just came back to work. Like, I'm not really thinking about it. But then I posted that on LinkedIn, and I saw that the appetite was huge and there was a demand for it. So I just went ahead with it, and that was Jan 2023. And it's just grown ever since then.
Did you have a dream when you were a child, or in your childhood? Did you have a dream, and it was related to what you do today?
No, I would have never imagined that I would be creating something like this. I think my kind of interest and passion in the space only started like when I probably moved here. And I can just see like the challenges that, international students face, and like migrants have to go through in order to find that like work opportunity. So yeah, I guess, from like my connections, the connections that I have, and also like a bit of interest in like events and like my personality more so. Like, so.
What was, if you have to choose one, what was the biggest challenge? I know there were a big list. What was the number one, if you have to summarize in your journey? What was it?
The biggest challenge, I felt like getting that first opportunity for me was very difficult. So as much as I did a lot of internship, mentorship while I was in uni, and then straight away after uni, I actually got a job. And I worked at the Wellbeing and Resilience Center for about 2 years. I was lucky to get that job. But even with that job, so after that job finished, so that was 2 years, I struggled to find my next opportunity. And it was very, very difficult because I went into hospitality and it was really not for me. So I tried it for only one day.
Yeah.
I tried it for one day and
Yeah.
it was very, very difficult for me. And, you know, I felt that I was a bit of a failure because, you know, I did everything that you should do in order to get that first opportunity.
Yeah.
And then I still can't find like a permanent role.
Mm.
So that was like one of the biggest like hurdles that I had to go through. I think I was looking for a job for maybe 3 months,
Yeah.
even with like work experience, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah,
So
yeah.
imagine those who
Yeah.
don't have any local work experience here, like it will be even more challenging
Yeah.
like for them. So I thought like from my experience in that, like I can help so many more people.
Yeah.
I can provide them not only advice but like the lived experience that I have been through.
Yeah.
And yeah.
How do you explain the difficulty to find a job at the beginning in terms of, is it the language, is it the skills, is it the network? What was, you think, in your opinion, the blocking point?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think sometimes like, you know, all these like the people that I meet,
Yeah.
sometimes the hardest ones are the ones that have done everything right,
Yeah.
but still haven't gotten that opportunity.
Yeah.
I think time is
Yeah.
important and the resilience
Yeah.
to keep going is important, because I think if I had given up, I probably wouldn't like have found that first opportunity. And yeah, I think it's the resilience, I think, because you can get as many opportunities as you can try and look for them.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's the right timing. It's, you know, you just got to persevere until you get there.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it does take some time
Yeah.
to find the right one,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah.
And it resonates to me because I am French also. I came in Australia 6 years ago.
Yes.
And I moved with my family and my husband, and it was very hard for us. Even if we had a career in France with 20 years, we had to restart from scratch. And yeah, I would like to ask you: is it? Do you think it's the same for men and women, or it's more difficult for women?
Good question. I think if you put it in a perspective like this, so usually when you move to a new country, the men will usually go and get the job first, and the women will have to be at home looking after their kids. You know, just figuring things at home out, like childcare or schools or just all these kind of things first. And, you know, sometimes time pass and 10 years have passed and they're still at home and they haven't found any opportunities. I met someone last year that was that she moved here from somewhere. And she was just busy at being at home looking after her kids while her husband went to, you know, work. And 10 years have passed so quickly, and kids are much older now. And she's like, oh, I want to get back to the workforce. And it is so difficult, you know, considering that you've been here for 10 years and you haven't worked. It's really challenging. So I think like the way that I approached like that lady that I spoke to was, I think you got to go out there, meet some new people, gain that confidence back again, because it's been a long time since you look for opportunities, and then start afresh. I think she got a job already though. So
good.
it will work out in the end. But I think taking that first step is challenging.
In your opinion, and with your experience, do you see this all these women finding a job and passionate about what they do, or it's only a job to pay the bill at the end of the month. So do you see that also they find their way or their why?
They will eventually find their way, I think, because I used to tell this to like my students, like, don't get too comfortable if you're making money.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, is that what you really want to do?
Yeah.
Because like sometimes you forget you're making money, you're paying the bills, and then you're just like, oh yeah, life's good. I'm making money. But you know, is that really like what you want to do? Is that what like you're passionate about? Is that what you study? Is that using your previous experience that's are you growing in your career? I think those are like questions that you need to ask as well.
Yeah.
Because you can get comfortable. You can get comfortable, and it sometimes is like quite difficult to be like, oh, actually, no, I want to stop working in that and look for something that is in my area.
Yeah.
But my like recommendation to that will always be keep your current job while looking for something else.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
And then when that opportunity comes, then you'll know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about Australia comparing other countries? Do you think it's more difficult here to find a job, or how do you consider globally for a woman coming here in Adelaide in South Australia?
Yeah, I don't know because I've never, I lived in Malaysia, but like that was like when I was 18, you know, things are different, and I've never worked in Malaysia as well. So I don't really know in that case. But I think it is challenging like in Adelaide to look for opportunities, but it's not impossible.
Yeah.
I think if you make the right connection, you meet the right people, you put yourself out there, you're consistent with your application, you build meaningful connections, I think it will come.
Yeah.
It just takes some time.
Exactly.
Because you're new, you know, like as
Yeah.
a migrant, you're new.
Yeah.
You know, you can't expect to know everything. And I think like, of course, the work is important, but you need to feel like Adelaide is comfortable and like your home.
Yeah.
You know, and then like that job opportunity will come once everything is like settled. Because sometimes like, you know, when you just move here, there's so many things to look after, and jobs is important. Of course, but I think I will let everything at home settle first, and then, you know, you start making friends. Because having a community here when you're home away from home is so important, don't you think?
I totally agree. It's so much important, and I think what you do is awesome to facilitate this connection also. And I excited to ask you what is the next step for you in terms of how you see you in 5 years or 10 years. So what do you want to do?
Am I manifesting? Am I manifesting something for the future? Well, yes, the Migrant Women Professional Network like community is growing, and like I know that there's a demand like there. You know, ideally in the future, maybe we'll have like an office space, you know, maybe in the future, where we can run like events like in-house, and, you know, a drop-in service maybe for women that are new, looking for jobs, looking for a community to come to, and then, you know, maybe facilitate that to help them with their job applications and things like that. So but I'm just doing it step by step, you know, like I said, like, because I work full time and I also do this, and it can be a lot, but you know, it's working at the moment, like in terms of like the monthly events are still going, you know, people are still really interested, and want to make new friends and things like that. So I think we'll just keep it as it is first, and then we'll see how we go next time.
Yes. Do you think for the next generation, first of all, for your son, it will be different in the future? Do you think they will have more opportunities or more difficulties? Do you see a difference of generation? Or, for example, if I illustrate, if we compare from her grandparents or parents, internet didn't exist, so they met people during events or with friends or family or school, rather than her generation meet people online or connected networks. So, what, in your opinion, what will be for the next generation the way to find a job or to connect, or do you have any idea on it?
Tough question, but I think like they almost need to be prepared now.
Yeah.
You know, like there's so many new things that we in our generation we don't even know.
Yeah.
So I feel like when they become older, like I don't know what is next, you know, like I'm not able to predict like what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But you know, I think SA is growing.
Yeah.
There will be lots of job opportunities.
Yeah.
But we need to make sure that our kids are, I guess, like aligned to what SA is looking for in the future.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I work in the career space.
Yeah.
So, you know, I would want like my kid to kind of pursue like what he wants to do as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. But hopefully it will be in line with what, you know, industry is growing in SA. And you never know, they might not want to be here. They might want to move overseas, interstate, you know, like me.
Yeah.
Like I'm from Malaysia and I'm here. So if my son wants to move like overseas in the future, you know?
I am in this stage where my son will like come back to France.
Yeah.
It's far away.
Yes. So
I totally understand. And probably a lot of jobs doesn't exist, and they don't exist yet. And if you have to give a tips to women, migrant women, what will be your tips or recommendation?
If they're new, or if they're
new in a country, or if they want to find their first job in a country, or if they want to connect with other women, or what will be the advice you could share? Or
I think first of all it would be try and find a group that is supportive of you, because you're in a new country. You want to be able to meet people that are, you know, the same as you, essentially, not in terms of culturally, but you know, like the mindset, I think is quite important. So I think that's why like the migrant women like network resonates so much with these women here. They are all like, they want to grow in their career. Like you need to meet people that is of like the same mindset and want to grow in their career like you. So finding that supportive group is really important. And don't be afraid to like ask, I think, as well. Because and don't be afraid to look for those different groups or opportunities that can help you to get that, you know, support system and make friends, because it's hard. It's hard moving to a new country. So I mean, to move yourself and your family to a new country already is a big thing. You're already stepping out of your comfort zone. So you might as well use that courage to do something more and to help you to kind of, you know, make a home away from home. I think that support system is important. Like whether it's friends, family, a good workplace, like the connection, right, is important.
Sure. What is the biggest rewarding for you to initiate this?
The biggest reward?
Yeah, the bigger reward.
I think at the end of the day, when like people see each other at like the groups, and you know, I hear stories that they got jobs out of it, or they form like friendship groups outside of the event. That's like amazing. And to me, like, if I can just help one person, like I'll be very happy. You know, and I think that friendship side of things, to know that, you know, even the women that I've met through these like this group, I can just text them and be like, hey, you know, I'm doing this, what do you think? Like, you know, like it's just amazing. And we've only known each other for like 2 years or some less, like even a year, to be able to build like such strong like connections and friendship with you know, the women that I've met through this group is just amazing. So I would encourage anyone who hasn't attended the Migrant Women Professional Network before to come along and you know, hopefully make some new friends and grow your career.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Kim, for all your inputs and all you do. It's just amazing how you support others.
Yes,
and,
thank you.
Thank you for your time today. Thank you for your testimonial, for your shares.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
Thank you, Kim.
Yeah.